I love is here in Ludlow with my friends, and I can't wait to hear Ludlow again. Ludlow again, that band of wackos goes out on the airwaves. They're the best of...
This is the best of Ludlow Porch. If you hear the phone numbers, please don't call. This show was pre-recorded for broadcast at this time.
Just can't wait to hear Ludlow again. The life I love is here in Ludlow with my friends, and I can't wait to hear Ludlow again. No, I can't wait to hear Ludlow again.
Well, good morning, fun seekers. How y'all? Great day to be alive. Hope it's going to be a good one for you. As a matter of fact, we're going to help make it that way because our special guest today is our buddy, one of my favorite folks, folkologist, home remedy expert, and all-around good old boy, Dick Frymire is with us all the way from Irvington, Kentucky. And we're going to be talking about folk remedies and folk medicine and how to get the stains out of what's nasty. And all in all, hopefully make your life a little better and certainly have some fun while Frymire is here. And Mr. Frymire, welcome back, big guy. Good to have you.
Well, it's just a pleasure to be here again. It certainly is.
Always look forward to this.
Well, I do too. It's just people are very nice down here in Georgia. I'll have to say that. They've been extremely nice to me because, you know, I get lost so much and I have to stop and ask people directions. Coming out here yesterday, I don't know how I got off of 85, but I did.
Got lost, did you?
Well, I don't know that it got lost. It took about 15 minutes to get back on. I was daydreaming, I guess.
You mean you knew where you were, but you just didn't know how to get there?
That's absolutely right.
All right. Let's, as we do every time you're here, because we're picking up new stations and new listeners all along, let's give them a little background. Your great-grandfather was a country doctor.
That's correct.
And as most doctors did in those days, this was about what years did he practice?
From 1867 to 1927.
So as most doctors in the 1800s, early 1900s, he kind of practiced medicine by the seat of his pants. No drugstores where he was practicing medicine to speak of, and he prescribed some things that you had around the house. Had to,
yes, sir.
And you found his journals some years back with all of these notations, and you got interested in folk medicine and home remedies, and did a book, and it kind of took off from there.
Yes. Dr. Frymire, he did graduate from the University of Louisville School of Medicine in 1867, and then, like I say, he practiced up till 1927, including part of 27, and he was rather a brilliant doctor. In his day, he put moldy bread on a man's legs to save it from being amputated. He did skin grafting in his day between 1897 and 1900, just like they do today.
Pretty much unheard of at that time, too.
Yes, and he was criticized rather. In fact, I have some of the letters that people, what they thought about him, even though he was doing good and everything, but he never did make any money out of medicine.
Can you imagine in the 1800s what people must have said about the crazy doctor in Kentucky who put molded bread on infections?
How you?
It's a wonder they didn't lynch him.
Well, I think they almost tried to a few times, but he was, I think he was just a brilliant man, and even though he was criticized, he had a rather successful rate of saving people's lives, and I have numerous letters about thanking him, and they would bring the patients, and some of them would stay as long as 6 months with he and his wife.
So now you go all over the country, being on shows like this and giving lectures and that sort of thing, and just kind of enjoying yourself. And and picking up new remedies as you go.
Continually, I'm picking up new things just about every day.
And I keep saying remedies, and I don't mean to limit you to that, because in your books and in your travels, how to get stains out of this, that,
That's right.
Handyman tricks, and all kind of little doodads that you pick up.
To show you, just recently, I had a person that wanted me to stop by their home. This person was highly allergic to something in their home, and they couldn't find out what it was. And they asked me, and so I stopped by. And after questioning the man and the woman, I noticed their I felt their carpeting, and it seemed like it had a little dust on it. And I said, "Have you all shampooed your carpet lately?" And they said, "Yes." I said, "Did you do it yourself?" They said, "Yes." "And why?" I said, "Did you follow the directions on the amount of soap or detergent you put in this machine?" All said, "We put in extra." Well, I said, "I have a feeling that's the problem. You didn't follow the directions on the right amount." So finally I said, "I believe you better get somebody, a commercial cleaner, to come in here and clean that." And they did.
Didn't get the soap out, did they?
They didn't get all the soap out. And they did. And 2 weeks later, they were really thrilled, and they wrote me such a nice letter, and told me how much they appreciated it. But it's just little things like this that really, of course, the woman was highly allergic to this dust. So this is one of the things that makes it a little more worthwhile.
A lot of fun. We'll be talking about that, taking your calls. Our number, 1-800-572-8255, no matter where you're listening, and that's how to reach us. Listen, had an interesting telephone call yesterday off the air. Somebody called Denny, one of our good listeners in Cleveland, Tennessee, and wanted to know directions to Jasper Jeep in Jasper, Georgia. Now, you might think that's a long way to come to buy a Jeep, but let me tell you, what these folks are going to do when they get to number one, they're going to save money. It's going to make the trip all worthwhile. Number two, they're going to make a discovery. They're going to discover that they're with the best folks around, folks that look you right in the eye and tell you the truth every time. Not when it suits them, every time. Jasper Jeep. What a discovery my friends from Cleveland are going to have when they get there. Going to save money, going to see the most interesting dealership in the country. And they're going to be right there at the largest Jeep dealership this side of California. Over 300 new Jeeps in stock all the time. Walk in there and ask them a price. The first price you get is the price of that Jeep. That's what it cost you. Never a dollar more. No surprises when you start to sit down and close that thing. Jasper Jeep. Wonderful place. And those folks in Cleveland now know, or soon will when they get there, that what I've been saying is an absolute fact. No matter where you live in the Southeast, your Jeep dealership is in Jasper, Georgia.
This is Vince Dooley for Comfort Med.
1-800-572-8255. Before we start taking calls, I want to tell everybody we're going to be giving out a lot of home remedies here today. And while this is fun and interesting to talk about, we want you to know that no matter what kind of advice you get from here or anywhere else, you and your doctor are the folks that should make all the judgments about what you do for your health. So, number one, you might want to check with him before you try anybody's home remedy, even such a distinguished man as Mr. Frymire. You want to check with your doctor because these are the folks that know you, and this is fun, interesting to talk about. But like all home remedies, whether it's for getting a stain out or for curing a wart, sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. So you talk to your doctor. You agree with all that, don't you?
Yes, sir, because the medical profession, they're the ones that's responsible for me being alive today. And let me assure you, folks, could talk to your medical doctor. I'm one of the strongest fans of the medical profession. Let me assure you.
Here. Let's go to Spartanburg, South Carolina now and take our first call. Catherine, good morning. How you doing?
How you doing today?
Doing fine. Nice and loud for us, Catherine.
Okay. I would like to ask him what to do for dry eyes.
Dry eyes.
Dry eyes. How long's this been bothering you, Catherine?
Oh, about 6 months.
Are you allergic to something?
No.
Okay. One of the things you could do, ma'am, I just put a couple of drops of pet milk in each eye. Do that, to put 1 drop of pet milk in each eye 2 times a day. See if this won't help your condition.
I had not thought of that.
All right, you try that, and I'd appreciate if you'd let me know how you come out with it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Catherine. How, when somebody gives you a tip on a new remedy, people will call here and say, let me tell you about something I just discovered that's good for dry skin or whatever. How do you test these things out to make sure it's something you want to fool with?
Well, I have people that are testing things out continually for me. I have to have at least 3 positive things about everything. And a lot of things I try out myself to see if it's going to work. And I must confess, the ones that people we try out on people, we have more failures than we do have successes. I'll admit that.
Yeah,
but generally speaking, the things that are in the book, they work for some people and they won't work for others.
Yeah.
So nothing is really 100%. But everything in there is very, I'd say, very inexpensive to use. So really, you haven't lost a whole lot.
And normally can be found around the house.
Yes, oh yes.
Okay.
Look, most people have it in their home.
You know, I found that in a lot of cases, when somebody tries something either for a cold or for gout or whatever it may be, and if they tried it at the right time when they were going to get well anyway, then from that day on, they are a disciple of this. They will tell everybody, hey, if you want to help gout, you want to help a cold, you be sure and climb a coconut tree and jump out backwards. That'll help it every time. So, as we say, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but they're always fun, and a lot of times they work. We get some surprising reports back that always kind of amaze me.
Yeah, the biggest surprise I think I've had in recent months is the thing about the putting the banana peel on your forehead, half a banana peel on your forehead, and with the mushy side toward the skin, and then wrap a cloth around that, and then the other half on the back of your neck, and wrap a cloth around that to hold it in place, and it's curing headaches in 30 minutes. This has been, to me, it's been almost a miracle.
1-800-572-8255. More conversation right after this. Hi, Fun Seekers. Ludlow Porch for the allergy-free permanent electrostatic air filter. Allergy-free. Listen, if you have an allergy, if you have asthma, if you have something that's bothering you, you don't need any dust in your house. You don't need any dust mites, plant spores, fabric lint, bacteria, anything that's going to aggravate your allergy. I want you to do this. I want you to call my friends at Allergy Free. I've got stacks of letters from all over the country from folks that this has helped. Ask your doctor about it, then call 1-800-324-4247. Tell them I told you about it. It's $59.95. Yes, sirree, for $59.95, you're going to create a cleaner, healthier environment for you and your family. Don't put this off another minute. 1-800-324-4247, and you be sure and tell them that Ludlow Porch told you to call.
Hello, I'm Billy Howell, your Ford Lincoln Mercury dealer located on Georgia 400 and Highway 9, 1/2 mile north of exit 13. Approximately 14 and a half years ago, a gentleman by the name of Gordon Steed brought his daughter Shirley to our dealership to buy our first new car. It was my first week in the business, and Shirley was my first personal sale. Last October, Shirley drove up from Carrollton, Georgia to buy our 4th new car for me personally. Last month, Gordon and his wife, Alice, bought their 10th vehicle from us. All told, their immediate family has purchased 30 vehicles from our company and referred over 20 additional sales to our store. We're always mindful of the fact that without repeat and referred customers, our dealership would not be in business today. Consequently, Billy Howell Ford Lincoln Mercury is driven by a philosophy of competitive pricing and customer satisfaction. Our employees are committed to this way of doing business, and no one does it better than Billy Howell Ford Lincoln Mercury in Cumming, Georgia.
The show you're listening to was taped earlier. Please do not call the numbers that you hear being given out. Now, more conversation on News Talk Radio AM-750, WSB. I'm Ludlow Porch. Our special guest is Dick Frymire, folkologist, treeologist, and all-around good fella. Let's go to Calhoun, Georgia, and talk to Carol. Carol, you're on with Dick Frymire.
Good morning, Ludlow.
Good morning.
Yesterday I was talking to someone and come up in the conversation that you could use a teaspoon of vinegar and a cup of water and drink it every morning, and this would help your cholesterol and also your arthritis if you had it.
Boy, did you call the right place, because Frymire is the #1 disciple of apple cider vinegar. Talk to her.
All right, that's very good. Now, myself, every morning, first thing I get up, I mix a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar and mix it with a cup of water, and I drink that. That gets my system ready for the day, and I think it's helped me. Of course, I have arthritis, and I do take a medicine from arthritis that
Well, my husband does also.
that my doctor prescribes, but I use this also, and it seems to help, and it's helped with cholesterol. Of course, I've never been bothered with real high cholesterol, but this seems to help. Another thing with cholesterol and heart problems, when you eat a grapefruit, always eat that white stuff on the inside of the peel. That helps lower your cholesterol too. And also an orange, that we eat the white stuff on the inside of the peel. That has a tendency to help with the cholesterol and high blood pressure. I didn't know whether you realized that or not. This is an old-time remedy too.
Okay.
But don't stop seeing your doctor,
Right.
But this just got used in conjunction with what you're doing.
Often, I've ordered these home remedy books and what have you, but I've often found when you have 2 or 3 medical problems, one's, a home remedy is good for one and it's bad for the other, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And so the vinegar is good for, in your opinion, is good for the...
Yes, another thing, I found out that one of the main reasons I take it is I travel a lot.
Uh-huh.
And since I've started doing that, I haven't been bothered with diarrhea when I'm on the road. It gets my system ready for the day. That might not be too pleasant to talk about, but when you
it's
travel...
a fact, though, with a lot of people.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, I sure do appreciate that.
Well, thank you, ma'am,
Y'all
for calling. We appreciate it.
Okay, y'all have a good day.
Yes,
Take care.
ma'am.
Bye-bye. Dublin, Georgia, and IC. Hello, IC.
Refine, how you make it?
Doing good, my friend.
Which my problem is now is my wife mostly.
Boy, a lot of that going around, ain't it, IC?
So you can say that again. She likes to work out in her yard.
Uh-huh.
And so for the last 6 months, she's been able to even hardly get out the house. She had, I call it arthritis, a new rarity or something. It's right in her knee.
Yes, sir.
It's running from her hip to her knee.
But her knees are really hurting bad, aren't they?
Right, it hurts bad sometime, and then sometime it don't. Then it'll catch her in her hip.
Yes, sir.
And so I done bought the drugstore out.
All right.
Everything on the shelf.
All right.
And then I suffered with I'm a diabetic.
Yes, sir.
And I'm on shots, pills, and got a weak heart.
Yes, sir.
So I was just wondering, did you have any kind of remedy to go out? I can keep my sugar checked, but anyway, you have it in a home remedy. I like some home remedies.
All right. We'll start out. We got a brand new one. I like the why. I'm sure she soaks in hot water, gets in the bathtub.
Yeah, she does that. Put a hot pad on.
Well, why don't you have her to pour about a pint of apple cider vinegar in that bath water and soak with that? Now, and just soak in it for about 30 minutes, and then get out, and then just have her, instead of, if it's possible, just have her to pat her skin dry, not rub on it real firmly. And then I would like for you to have her to soak a cloth in castor oil very lightly and wrap this around each one of her knees, and take another cloth and wrap that, and then massage some on her hips, and go to bed and sleep with that. I'll have her to try that for 5 nights. And if it's better by the end of the 5th night, it should be some better by the end of the 5th night. And then if it is, you continue on with it. And if it's not any better, just stop. And then we'll take it from there.
Well, I sure appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Now, in my books, it's other things you could do for it, but these is what I would suggest in
But
her
I'm going to
case.
do what you asked me to do.
All right, sir.
Sure, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir, for calling.
You're welcome.
We appreciate it very much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Let's tell everybody quickly, we got in 30, 40 seconds, how they can get one of your books, because all these remedies are in one of your books.
We have 2 home remedy books. Each one of those sells for $15 each. We have a humorous book sells for $10. You can get all 3 of these books for $35. You make your check or money order payable to Dick Frymire. That's Frymire. You mail it to Post Office Box 33, Irvington, Irvington, Kentucky. Zip code 40146. Dick Frymire, Post Office Box 33, Irvington, Kentucky 40146. And we will give the address and everything several more times during our program.
No, that's pretty much it, Frymire. We're not going to give it any more. No, if you miss that because you're driving along, just get a pencil and paper. We'll give that address to you again in a little while. 1-800-572-8255. Home Remedy Time with Dick Frymire.
Important public notice. Art of the World Oriental Rugs has lost its lease and is going out of business at its Marietta location. Permit number 9329020. Over $2 million of new and antique hand-knotted Oriental rugs from Persia, India, China, Pakistan, and Turkey will be disposed of in a brief liquidation sale. The expiration of the lease is imminent. To liquidate this enormous inventory in only a few short weeks, going out of business prices have been slashed to the bone, and in many cases below cost. Sizes 2x3 to palace size, including many rare Persian and silk pieces. Art of the World Oriental Rugs is located on Cobb Parkway between the Big Chicken and Whitewater in Marietta. Call 428-7000. That's 428-7000. Atlanta has never seen such low prices for such treasures. Take advantage of this opportunity to get the rug of your dreams at a price you never dreamed possible. Art of the World going out of business sale today. Everything must go.
Did you know that there are still some Kroger shoppers who take their prescriptions to a drugstore? Now, I find that hard to understand, especially since every Kroger pharmacist is a licensed professional with years of training and experience, with a heartfelt determination to take great care of you. In fact, there's really only one big difference between a Kroger pharmacist and the drugstore kind. Your Kroger pharmacist guarantees the lowest price on every prescription. So why do some people still go out of their way to a drugstore? For goodness sake, I wonder if some people actually like to be overcharged.
Every day, in every way, everything we do, every little thing we do. Kroger, for goodness sake.
If you have finally made the decision to have vinyl siding put on your house, I want you to call my friends at Taylor Construction Company. Hi, folks. Ludlow Porch here. And let me tell you, they did my house, and I know what I'm talking about. Couldn't be more pleased because they saved me a bunch of money. And they'll do the same thing for you. Just listen to Mrs. Claude Eason of Doraville, Georgia.
My house is beautiful. All you have to do is just look at it. I just love it, and I think I have the prettiest house on the street.
See there? Been in business 23 years, satisfying folks all over this area, so you know they know what they're doing. They'll go out of their way to make your home look customized. They're specialists, and right now, for a limited time only, with any complete job order, you won't have to make any payments till spring with approved credit. Now, you can't beat that. You call them today. Taylor Construction Company, 491-8761 or 1-800-9-TAYLOR. You make that call today.
Kid looked like his face had been used for a punching bag. Cigarette burns all over his arms and legs. Those were the ones that would go away. I felt my eyes tear up. How could somebody do that to a kid? Their own kid. That was my initiation into the Center for Abused Children. I remember thinking, I don't know if I can handle this. What do I say? Hey, how you doing? Like, I don't know the answer. I mean, what can I do for a kid whose own parents beat him? Well, Turns out you don't have to do anything but care. That just happens. I'll tell you, when you get a kid like that to finally smile, well...
This is Craig's story. He's one of the little answers to the big problems facing every community in America. And because there are more people than problems, things will get done. All you have to do is something. Call your local volunteer center or the Points of Light Foundation at 1-800-677-7309. Do something good. Feel something real. A message from the Ad Council.
This is Bill Cosby. I'd like to talk to you teenagers about your future. Now, right away, a lot of you are saying, well, this is going to be boring. Well, that's cool, because, you know, only smart people get bored. Dumb people never get bored. Well, it's true. Some of the smartest people in history were bored. Columbus sat around with his friends one day, stood up and said, this is boring. I think I'll go discover America. And if Tom Edison hadn't been bored, then we might all be watching TV by candlelight. So what does this mean to you? Well, if you're bored and you want to be unbored, then you should know that today there are more opportunities for discovery and adventure than Chris Columbus and Tom Edison ever dreamed of. Today's explorers, inventors, and pioneers are called scientists and engineers. They're learning how life began, searching for new energy sources, even new worlds. And I've yet to meet one who's bored. Now, if you want to make things happen instead of watching them happen, consider a career in science or engineering. It can be one of life's great adventures.
A public service from this station and the National Science Foundation.
A little tribute there to Ted the Rooster. 1-800-572-8255. College's Dick Frymire.
Sounds like right after you had his wine.
To Griffin, Georgia, and Elfrida. Good morning, young lady.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. How y'all this morning?
We're good.
I wanted to ask Mr. Frymire, I think I've got water in my ear, and can he tell me how to get it out?
A little water in the ear.
Yes, it's very painful.
All right. Of course, now, number one, have you been to the doctor with this?
No.
Well, sometimes you can just take the palm of your hand and hold and make kind of a light suction cup out of that and tilt your ear over and then make that suction sound with the palm of your hand. Sometimes that'll just bring the water right out. Another thing you probably can do, some people will just put 2 or 3 drops of hydrogen peroxide in the ear, and that helps to bring it out.
Uh-huh.
But this is what I would suggest, ma'am. But don't fool around with that. If it's bothering you, you should go see a doctor about it.
Okay, well, I'm going to try this first.
You try that first and then go see. If that doesn't do it, go see your doctor.
All right, and I thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I enjoy your program.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Zebulon, Georgia, and David. Good morning, David.
How you doing?
We're wide open, buddy.
Good. Mr. Frymire.
Yes, sir.
A couple of weeks ago when you were on, you gave a formula for an energy drink.
Yes, sir.
I got the ingredients, but I didn't get your mixture on that.
All right. 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar.
Okay.
1 cup of grape juice.
Okay.
1 cup of apple juice.
Okay.
1 cup of cranberry juice.
Uh-huh.
Mix that thoroughly, and drink 1 or 2 cupfuls of that daily.
Okay.
And that's people have just been they've been amazed with it. And I first announced this in 1979, and well, to tell you the truth, it didn't go too good then. But just in the last few months, it's taken off, and people have begun to ask more about it every day now.
Sure have. I've heard a lot about it.
Well, it's I think and it's very inexpensive to make too.
Yep. Thanks, sir.
Well,
David,
thank you, sir.
Thank you, David. Take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Brooks, Georgia, and James. Good morning, James.
Good morning, Luddy.
How you doing, big boy?
Fine. How you doing?
Good.
I'm a 12-year listener and fan of Ludlow Porch and a first-time caller.
Well, James, it's high time. We've been word sick about
High
you.
time. I tell you what caused me to do it now.
What's that?
I got a case of shingles that I don't know what to do with, and I need to talk to Mr. Frymire about it.
These shingles, they're bad stuff, aren't they?
They are bad news. Bad
All right, here's what we're going to do with those shingles. take 2 drops of iodine with a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, and
2 teaspoons.
Okay. And 2 pinches of sulfur. And once you mix that and apply that 2 or 3 times a day. Epsom salts mixed with water, and apply that a couple times. Now, I'm giving you several different remedies here, so you're not going to do them all at one time. I realize that. Sometimes drinking a half a cup of celery juice daily, and then applying celery juice to the shingles. That seems to help.
Good.
Here's another one. Mix 5 drops of iodine with a tablespoon of castor oil and apply that twice daily. Drink watermelon seed tea. And how you make that, you would get you some watermelon seed, put a handful of watermelon seed in a container with a quart of water, and then put it on the stove, bring it to a boil. As soon as you bring it to a boil, cut it down, let it simmer for about 2 or 3 minutes, take that out, and after it's cool, drink a cup of this watermelon seed tea daily. These are just some of the things that I recommend. Another thing, the aloe vera juice of an aloe vera plant seems to help with shingles. These are just a few of the things I would suggest, sir.
Well, all right, I'm on my 13th week with them, so it's time I'm doing something.
Oh, James, that's terrible. That's really a painful thing to go through.
And, James, there's one other thing you could do. You could take about a half of a bottle of rubbing alcohol.
All right.
This is a pint bottle. And crush 20 aspirin tablets.
20.
And mix that up thoroughly. And then you'll just apply that to it. And what that does is you have the particles of aspirin on the shingles, and the alcohol dries real rapidly, and the aspirin is what brings the relief.
All right.
All
I
right.
appreciate that.
Thank you,
I'll go to
James.
work on it.
All right, sir.
Wish you luck, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Let me tell you about the listing. If you don't get the details on one of these, or don't get all the ingredients, for one reason or other, don't call Denny. He doesn't have any of the details. There's no way he can produce this show and keep up with the clock and keep up with the commercials and answer the telephone and then give you the formula for the energy drink. He just doesn't know it. So save your time and his, because traditionally after Frymire, people call for weeks wanting to know different things, and we just don't have it. We talk to a lot of folks here. We're trying to get everybody solved. But if you want to call and ask him to repeat something, that's one thing. But don't expect Denny to know, because he just can't keep up with it. And Lord knows he would like to. Our number, 1-800-572-8255. We got some folks that are on hold. We're going to get to them, but I don't want to cut anybody short. Just to tell you that Frymire will be here until another 2.5 hours until noontime to answer your questions and get your comments, and we'll come back in a few minutes after we take care of some business and give you his address again if you'd like to write to him. And if you can find him, please feel free to call him in the middle of the night. He doesn't mind that at all. 1-800-572-8255. I'm kidding. 1-800-572-8255. Ludlow Porch, Dick Frymire, and boy, we're having fun now.
I'm Wilford Brimley.
One 800-572-8255 as we go to Dublin, Georgia, and talk to my friend Bucky. What do you say, Buck?
Hey, Ludlow, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, old friend.
Looking forward to having you down here in the Emerald City next week.
Listen, my car's already headed in that direction.
Okay, well, I'll pick you up at the interstate.
I love it.
Two things. First of all, that was the first one. I'm glad you're coming in, and we're really looking forward to it. The folks are around here as well. We're going to have a little soiree for you Monday afternoon, informal, very inexpensive.
I was kind of expecting something formal and expensive. But
One thing, we're following Clinton's guidance on the economy. We're sacrificing.
I got you. Well, I'm looking forward to it, too. As you know, Dublin is one of my favorite places in the whole world.
Well, Jamie said he was going to take you out and find you a place to eat cheap.
Okay.
Hey, I wish I'd have thought about it earlier. I should have got Frymire to come down here with us. Because Frymire, he set a record down here when he was visiting about 2 years ago.
If I understand, the bootlegger's still giggling after Frymire, huh?
Well, they hadn't been the same either. They dropped off one bartender.
All right.
Hey, but I'm calling on a personal note, too.
Okay.
Frymire.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Dick, how you doing?
All right, Bucky. How are you, Fred?
Listen, I rather than go into details on how it happened, I'll tell Luddy when he gets here next week because it's a story within its own self, you know. What do you do about easing the pain of cracked ribs? And don't tell me rub vinegar on them.
Yeah. Well,
I couldn't find anything in your book about that.
Well, one of the things you could do, you could just rub a little light coat of castor oil over your ribs and take a cloth and wrap it around your body and go to bed and sleep with it on. I know it sounds like your great-grandfather claimed that this would trigger your immune system to help start fighting this. So,
Okay, because I sold, when my daddy had a drugstore, I sold a guy casserole one day for a cough.
You're a mean man, Bucky.
And Daddy said, that's not good for a cough. I said, yes, it is, Daddy. He's scared to death to cough. But you think casserole will do it?
Yes, sir.
All right, is the lady going to call you this morning, I hope, and if she doesn't get through, she called me yesterday on my program about brown stuff on aluminum cookware. You know what she's talking about?
Yes, sir.
And I said, I'll bet you call up Dick today because I knew you were going to be on letters today.
Yes, sir. I can take care of that.
What do you do?
You take a lemon, cut it in half, dip it in some baking soda, and just rub that over that, and they'll take it right off.
I'll be darned.
What do you think about that?
I told her to use vinegar.
Well, vinegar's all right, but it's faster using the lemon juice.
Is it okay?
Just cut a lemon in half, dip it in some baking soda, and just rub it.
Well, if she can't get through to you this morning, I know she's listening anyhow.
All right, sir.
Okay.
Bucky was
good talking.
Thank you, Bucky.
And let us see you Monday.
Look forward to it, buddy.
Okay, bye-bye.
Take care. Yeah, we'll be 3 days in Dublin next week broadcasting in celebration of St. Patrick's Day in beautiful Dublin, Georgia. Let's talk now to Laura. Laura, you're on with Dick Frymire. How you doing?
Oh, fine. How you doing?
We're good.
I got 2 things I need to know about.
All right.
I need to know how to get rid of ringworm and eczema.
Ringworms and eczema.
Uh-huh.
All right, on your ringworms, lemon juice, apply that and massage it in real good. And you need to do that 2 times a day. You can mix 5 drops of iodine with a teaspoon of Vaseline and apply that twice daily. Apply full-strength Clorox. Apply castor oil packs. Now, you understand I'm giving you several different things you can do. You can eat, try to eat only raw cabbage and celery for 2 days. Now, I know that's going to be hard to do, but old-timers, they would eat a lot of raw cabbage, and that seemed to help with it. Now, the next one, did you say it was eczema?
Uh-huh. We can't, he's been to dermatologists, okay? And the first time he went, they did some good, but he said he'd come back. Then he went to another one, and they gave him some pills. That was getting rid of it, but he won't give him any more pills. I don't know why.
Well,
but
no,
he wouldn't give it to him.
Those pills are... a lot of these pills, see, to do that, it has an effect on your heart. The doctor, he's doing you do what that medical doctor says.
Well, it's not getting rid of it.
Where is this eczema?
Well, I think it's the ringworms. That's what I think it is, because
Oh, well.
the ringworms, it's got a little design, you know.
Yes.
A round little O's like.
Yes, ma'am.
And The medicine that he was taking and the save that he was putting on was getting rid of it, but it's coming back.
All right. Sometimes he can, some of the old timers, they would take some 30 milligrams of zinc daily. But you talk that over your doctor. Another thing, if it's eczema, you can massage the spine with a mixture of 1 teaspoon of castor oil and 2 pinches of sulfur and apply that, and he should be on a high-fiber diet, too.
Oh, okay.
And in the book, there are other things on it, but these are the best, I think.
I've been laying off for about 2 or 3 months to send for your book, and I just can't get myself straightened out.
Oh, well, you'll have to do that.
I really won't. I really do.
Because you're going to buy a book somewhere, and Ted needs the money.
You take
Oh, okay.
You take care of yourself.
Thank you so much, man.
I'll talk to you. Hogansville, Georgia, and Addie. Addie, hello there.
I'm fine. I want to ask you, bless your heart, I listen to you every day.
Thank you.
And how did the old people ever make yellow root tea? I cannot remember how my mother used to do it. But they give it to you in the spring of the year to clean your whole system.
Yes, well, of course.
And I've done got to be 80 years old, and I think mine needs cleaning.
All right, you get ready, Eddie. He's going to explain it to you.
All right, of course, they would dig the yellow root. And then most of the people, they would let it dry first. And then what they would do after it was dry, they would wash it off some. And then they would put it in, they would put about, I would say a handful of the yellow root in a big pan with, say, 1/4 or 2 of water. And they would bring it to a boil. And as they let it simmer. And then after that, a lot of them would mix up, they would put some honey in with that. They would put enough honey to sweeten it just slightly. Or some of them would use sorghum molasses, and they would sweeten it. And they would probably, a dosage of it they would probably take about a half a cupful of that a couple of times a day for about 3 days.
It'll clean you out and help you.
Yeah, and put you and keep you on the road again.
All right.
Say.
1-800-572-8255. Ludlow Porch and Dick Frymire. Join us.
When you finally own the car of your dreams, your worst nightmare is returning to where you parked it and finding it not there. And that's exactly what happened to the owner of a Porsche 911 Carrera. While he was at work, some greedy thief stole his prized possession. Reporting the theft to the police, he told them he had a LoJack. Their routine entry into the National Crime Computer led to the activation of his LoJack. A short while later, a state trooper picked up the signal on his tracking computer and followed it to where it was being cooled off. This was the second time in 2 days a LoJack signal had led police to a stolen Porsche in this very same area. But both of these cars were recovered and returned to their owners in good condition. Once again, LoJack saved the day. Protect the car of your dreams with LoJack, the only auto security system that offers total protection, prevention, and recovery and no monthly fees. Ask at any new car dealer or call 1-800-27-LoJack. That's 1-800-27-LOJACK.
Hi, fun seekers, Ludlow Porch. Hey, you know when you're ready for a big, cold glass of milk, nothing much else will do. It's delicious, it's good for you, and it makes your whole mouth feel good. It makes your doctor happy, it makes your dentist happy, and it tickles your mama nearly about to death. So, the next time nothing will quench your thirst but milk, you make sure it's delicious, wholesome Connect Dairy's milk. Not only will it please your doctor, dentist, and mama, but it would really help me out. Connect milk, the milk from conceited cows, fits neatly into any glass, and your cat will really love it. Now, if for some reason your store doesn't have Connect milk, you ask them to get it for you, and I need for you to do that no later than 3 o'clock tomorrow. I can just see your mama's face now. You get it. Connect milk.
Is this on, Robert? Okay. Well, welcome to the Better Leadership Through Effective Communications Techniques seminar. trust you've all enjoyed the Continental Breakfast / Getting to Know You session. Now, immediately following my opening welcome, you'll have the choice of 3 very exciting sessions. In the Pocahontas Ballroom, there's time management and time budgeting. In the Geronimo Room, there is redundancy reduction. And in the Sasquatch Room, there is stepping up effectiveness.
Employers try a lot of things to help their employees become more productive, but we'd like to remind you that the National Guard and Reserve teaches employees skills to be better team players, decision makers, and leaders. So when they need time off to train, be a hero. Give them the freedom to protect ours.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to go get one more of those French grillers before they're all gone. One with the sprinkles in my...
A public service message from employer support of the Guard and Reserve and the Ad Council.
News Talk Radio, AM-750 WSB, heats up the airwaves. The latest news, the hottest talk, killer lineup, unmatched in Atlanta. 5 to 9 a.m., it's your daily wake-up call. Atlanta's Morning News with Scott Slade. 9 till noon, consumer advice from Clark Howard. Neil Bortz and his verbal assaults, noon till 3. The Gary McKee Hometown Radio Show gets you home 3 till 6. Sports Talk with the legendary voice of the Georgia Bulldogs, Larry Munson, 6 till 7. Two-way talk on the issues with Mike Malloy, 7 till 11. And Neil Bortz Revisited with Bortz, 11 till 2. Talk hotter than a 900 number. All day, all night. From News Talk Radio, AM-750 WSB.
T-A-L-K. Because without your comments, the conversation gets a little one-sided, if you know what I mean. 1-800-572-8255. And now, the host of the Southland, Ludlow Porch.
Well, good morning, fun seekers. How y'all? Great day to be alive. It is Wednesday, midweek, and we're having a big time. Our special guest is folkologist Dick Frymire with us all the way from Irvington, Kentucky. And that's right. And we're going to be talking home remedies. And we'd like to, not necessarily for your physical well-being, although we will talk about a lot of those, but also for household hints, way to get things clean to make your household chores a little easier. Hints for the home and garden. And we'll have, maybe not this trip, but one time in the next month or so, we'll talk about Frymire's formula for growing big tomatoes, which is always a big hit. Let me say before we start taking telephone calls, that this is fun to talk about. Home remedies are great fun, but your doctor is in charge of your health. The two of you together decide what is best for you. So home remedies are fun to talk about, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. But when it really comes down to it, you check with your doctor before you try anybody's home remedies, Mr. Frymire's or anybody else's. Okay, we told them about their doctors, and are you ready to go back to work now?
Let's get them.
All right, we're going to Clarksville, Georgia, and talk to Doris. Good morning, Doris.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are y'all?
Great.
I'm so glad. I just moved here from Kentucky. So I'm glad to be in Georgia, but I love Kentucky also.
Oh, fellow Kentuckian.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Where are you from in Kentucky?
Well, my husband was in the military, and we were at Fort Knox.
Well, yes, that's just 20 miles from where my home is.
Yes, I know that, and we really enjoyed it. Well, I wanted to ask you a question. I'm a long-time diabetic, an insulin-dependent diabetic, and I have several problems. And I'm a transplant patient, and I'm on anti-rejection medicine. And I was wondering if any of your remedies I could take, especially the formula for a lot of energy. And I have neuropathy in my feet, and I don't have much feeling, but when I step on anything, I can't feel it. But then at night, I have quite a bit of pain in my feet. I know that doesn't make much sense, but I was wondering, would any of your remedies help?
Well, now, as far as your feet, ma'am, if you get a real thin cloth and put just a small amount of castor oil on there, and just wrap this around your feet like you would an ace bandage, and then after you do that, put another cloth around that, or put a large sock over your feet, and go to bed and sleep with that each night. And if you're going to, you'll should see a difference, a slight difference by the end of the 5th night. And if you do, you continue on with it. And if you don't, you just stop. Another thing, in some cases, you can mix a poultice where you can take a raw onion and chop that up and put that in a cloth and fasten that to the bottoms of each one of your feet and leave it on for a couple of hours. And sometimes that has a tendency to help in some cases. Now, it doesn't. In the majority of the cases, it doesn't help, but there are some cases where it does. So I don't think it would hurt to just try it.
But Doris, let me, and I know you know this already, but with so many medical problems, you be sure and check out anything you try with your doctor before you try it. I'm sure that the castor oil and all that is not going to bother you, but I would sure check it out with my doctor, because you've got some medical problems there. They're going to require special treatment.
Yes, I see a doctor frequently and check my own blood sugars, and I see a nephrologist regularly, and I see an internist and an endocrinologist regularly, to take care of my problems. But I had heard about this and wondered if it would help, like your juices and your vinegar. Would that, do you think I could, take that with any benefit?
Well, the teaspoon of apple cider vinegar and a cup of water, I think it would be all right in your case. We have some diabetics that do it. But before I did that, ma'am, I would talk this over with my family doctor or the doctor that's on the base where you're located. And just because diabetes is something you just can't fool around with it. Now, there are some experiments being run now where they're taking the juice of a green bean,
yes,
and extracting that juice and taking a small amount of that. There are some experiments being tried on something like this, but this is so new, I don't know much about it.
Well, I know about that treatment. My husband and I were in Germany, and we were there twice, and several of my German friends, one particularly was a diabetic, they take the green bean and they dehydrate it, and they make a tea out of it.
Yes.
And that is supposed to be good for your diabetes.
Yes. But the one that I'm talking about, they also take the green bean. They take, of course, the bean and all the green part too, and they make a juice out of it has to be green.
Yes.
And then they would, I forget how much they're taking. Sometimes some people were taking 1/4 of a cup daily. Some of them were taking 1/2 a cup of this green bean.
Doris, we wish you luck, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doris.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Looking in the headlines of the paper yesterday, and it says that the pollen this year is going to be even worse than it was last year. I recall one morning listening to the news where the pollen index was 5 times as high as usual. And according to yesterday's Atlanta newspaper, it's going to be even higher than that this year. Not much anybody can do about that. We hadn't had much of a winter. But let me tell you what you can do. You can turn your home into a haven where that pollen cannot get in your house to aggravate your allergies, your asthma, sinus condition. You can do this. Guaranteed you can do this, and you can do it for less than $60. Allergy-free, permanent electrostatic air filter goes right in your furnace or air conditioner, right where the old furnace filter goes, and it catches this stuff. Catches about 97% of it. It can really turn your home into a haven. Now, get this, you try it 30 days. If it doesn't do exactly what these folks say it'll do, they'll give you your money back. When you call them, you tell them, I told you to call. Tell them Ludlow told you to call. And you get a discount, $59.95. This is important. If you have a problem, anybody in your family has a problem with an allergy condition or with sinus headaches, the runny eyes, the whole thing, you can get some help. And you can get it for $59.95. You can do this. Check the size of your furnace filter. Instantly, you're going to get to throw that away and never buy another one. This is what I'm telling you about. It's permanent. And then call 1-800-324-4247. 1-800-324-4247. When they answer the phone, first words out of your mouth, Ludlow told me to call, and you get a discount. They'll have this done to your house in a few days, and you'll be ready to fight back when the pollen season gets here. Allergy-free. That's the name of it, and that's the tip-off. 1-800-324-4247.
Open your newspaper and you might not see anything about a group of Americans that's dying at a rate of 1 every 13 minutes. It doesn't make headlines like plane crashes or murders. But in this crisis, 54 times as many Americans die as die in plane crashes. And the group is twice as big as all the Americans killed by murderers last year. The victims in this crisis are babies. 40,000 American babies never reach their first birthday. Most die because they're born too small. But we can help prevent infant mortality with prenatal care and programs like Healthy Start. If you're pregnant, see a doctor. If you know someone who's pregnant, help her get the care she needs. Call your health department and find out how you can help. If we don't take care of our infants, who will? Change the world of a child, and you change the world. This message brought to you by the Ad Council and this station.
She comes on like a rose, but everybody knows she'll get you in touch. You can look, but you better not touch. Poison
Ivy. Albany, Georgia, and Jim. Jim, was he playing that song for you?
He sure was. Ludlow, Dick, I get the dumbs every so often.
Yes, sir.
You got something for dumbs? When the poison ivy is not green, I can get out there and get involved in it.
Yes.
After I've got it and I've got the little blisters on between my fingers, what do you got for that?
All right, one thing you can do is just apple cider vinegar and salt. You'll mix half a cup of apple cider and put a couple of tablespoons of salt in that and apply that. Buttermilk and salt is real good for it. Keep your banana with you all the time and take the banana peel and rub this over that area where the poison oak, poison ivy is. Another good thing is orange peel that's been soaked in whiskey, and apply that. That's a real good thing for that. Now, you understand you're applying it, see?
I understand.
But you soak the orange peel in the whiskey and then apply it.
Uh-huh.
You ought to always keep some orange peel in some whiskey. If you bought a lot of poison oak or poison ivy...
Well, you just told us, man, you want him to carry banana, an orange peel, and whiskey everywhere he goes.
I've got a big sack, yeah.
Well, anybody's bothered that real bad. That's a good idea.
Jim, I can hear your wife in divorce court now. This man carries whiskey and orange peel and banana everywhere he goes.
Another thing, Jim, you can do, if you're ever out somewhere and you come in contact with this, if you will go to the nearest plant that's not poison oak or poison ivy and get a leaf or two off of that and just rub over your skin where you've come in contact, you won't even be bothered with to begin with, because Mother Nature puts something out there to counteract these things.
Joshua.
No, that's right.
Well, hallelujah.
Yes, sir.
I thank y'all today.
Thank you, Jim, for calling, man.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
What a great attitude Jim has. Funny man. 1-800-572-8255. Ludlow Porch at our special guest, Dick Frymire. And we're talking home remedies and folkology. Now, we're going to take care of some business. When we come back, we're going to talk to Mr. Frymire about the weather in the southeast this weekend, because the weather forecasters are saying that Saturday could be a stem winder. So we'll find out a little bit about that for you after we take care of some business, and tell you that our number is 1-800-572-8255, and our special guest all the way from Irvington, Kentucky, Dick Frymire.
We're on a limited income. My husband and I can't afford buying a new car or a new truck, and the monthly notes, not to mention insurance, taxes. Well, that's why we chose Jasper Engines and Transmission in Atlanta. Jasper installed a factory-built, complete engine and gave us an 18-month unlimited mileage warranty. 50 years of doing business, new parts, a 1-800 customer service number. Jasper makes the decision easy. We like our car, and they made our car run like new again. They can make your car or truck like new again, too.
Whether you're an individual with a gas engine or own a fleet of diesels, Jasper can install your engine. Jasper Engines is the recognized industry leader. People come to Jasper Engines for quality, availability, and service. Call 1-800-282-1491. That's Jasper Engines and Transmission in Atlanta. 1-800-282-1491.
Important public notice. Out of the World Oriental Rugs has lost its lease and is going out of business at its Marietta location. Permit number 9329020. Over $2 million of new and antique hand-knotted Oriental rugs from Persia, India, China, Pakistan, and Turkey will be disposed of in a brief liquidation sale. The expiration of the lease is imminent. To liquidate this enormous inventory in only a few short weeks, going out of business prices have been slashed to the bone, and in many cases below cost. Sizes 2x3 to palace size, including many rare Persian and silk pieces. Out of the World Oriental Rugs is located on Cobb Parkway between the Big Chicken and Whitewater in Marietta. Call 428-7000. That's 428-7000. Atlanta has never seen such low prices for such treasures. Take advantage of this opportunity to get the rug of your dreams at a price you never dreamed possible. Out of the World, going out of business sale today. Everything must go.
Time now is 3:22. Studios of News Talk Radio AM-750 WSB. Here's the weather forecast from meteorologist Kirk Mellish. Overnight, a few clouds, cooler, a low of 44. Later today, partly cloudy, breezy and cooler, high 57, a low of 38. The extended outlook tomorrow through Monday, cloudy with cold rain likely tomorrow and Saturday, possibly ending as very light sleet or snow by Saturday evening. Then partly cloudy Sunday and Monday. High tomorrow, 43, a low of 39. High Saturday, 37, a low of 30. The high Sunday and Monday, 44, low both days, 27. Again, a few clouds and cooler overnight with a low of 44. At 3:23, the temperature on Peachtree Street is 47 degrees. This is News Talk Radio AM 750 WSB.
I'm Ludlow Porch, and you're listening to a taped rebroadcast of my show on News Talk Radio AM 750 WSB. Our special guest is Dick Frymire, and boy, we're having fun now. 1-800-572-8255 as we go to Sandersville, Georgia, and talk to Gene. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning, lady.
How you doing, bud?
How's everybody?
Everybody's great. Thank you.
First, I got a remedy for the doctor. But first, lady, when you get down to Dublin next week,
Yeah.
do you like home cooking?
Yeah.
Make Bucky take you to GC's.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. I promise.
Eat all you want.
I promise.
Now, for the doctor there, I've been trying to get him every time he's down with you, but I work on the road, and it's hard to get connections on the payphone.
Mm-hmm.
On the cold sore deal, through the blisters, cank sores, whatever you want to call them,
Yeah.
I tell you what works for me, and used to be the world's worst for them. Just a simple remedy. hot, scalding water, just as hot as you can stand it, and a bath cloth. Just wring the cloth out and then lay the cloth over where the burning and all is.
And that moist heat will do it, right?
It'll take it out overnight.
I like it, because that sounds simple enough.
They will be gone within a couple of days. There'll be no sign.
Way to go.
But you got to do it when it first starts that little tingling feel.
Yeah.
And it will work. And I got another question. If I could get the doctor's address and everything and write him a letter.
We're gonna give you all that, but he's not a doctor. You understand? He's a...
Yeah, I know. I understand.
Okay.
I've tried everything else, and I figure he's worth a try, too.
I guarantee you.
But bring his address with you, if you can, next week.
I got it. Listen, it's burned in my memory.
Beg pardon?
It's in my memory. You come on by. I'll give you his address.
Okay.
All right.
Y'all going to start at the same time at 9 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
I'll try to hang around long enough to come by.
I hope so. Thank you.
Okay, good luck.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
LaGrange, no, I'm sorry, Dublin, Georgia, and Miriam. Hi, Miriam.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Good.
I have a grandson who has a bad dry skin condition. He does have allergies, and this dry skin itches terribly and sometimes cracks, bleeds a little bit, and nothing the doctors have done seems to help him a whole lot.
Here's what I would suggest, ma'am. When he takes a bath, I want you to put about 2 or 3 tablespoons of olive oil in his bath water. And when he takes the bath, let him soak in this water a little bit, and then go ahead and wash himself, and then rinse himself off. And if he takes a shower, I would suggest after he takes his shower, just take a small, while his body is still wet, just go over his body slightly with this olive oil, just very slightly. Another thing for that, vitamin E oil is good for that also, and try that. Also, you might try where you would take, does it itch in his scalp any?
Not particularly. It's mostly, his arms and legs.
But how old is your...
He's 5.
He's 5
He was
years
supposed to outgrow this condition, but he hasn't.
All right, here's what... He's not diabetic, is he?
No.
All right, what I want you to do is get some honey that has honeycomb in it, and take the honeycomb out, and cut the honeycomb, after you drain all the honey out of the honeycomb, cut it in half-inch squares, and have him to chew on half-inch squares of this honeycomb 5 times a day for 20 minutes each time. This is something that's good for allergies, and for a boy that's just 5 years old, it's nothing about it, to my knowledge, it would harm him any way whatsoever. But have him to try that.
Yeah. Well, that sounds good, and I appreciate it.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Hope it works for you. LaGrange, Georgia, and Dewey. Hello, Dewey.
Hey.
How you doing?
Fine, how you?
Good, thank you.
What you got for the like seed warts on your finger?
A seed wart on your finger?
Uh-huh.
Well, what you can do is get your banana and peel it, and scrape some of the white mushy stuff off the inside of the peel. Cover this wart or warts up completely. Put a Band-Aid over it so you can hold this white mushy stuff in place. Change it twice daily and leave it on 24 hours a day. And you'll find normally in 3 weeks the warts are gone, and you can't even tell where they've been.
Dewey, I have had reports on that from at least a dozen people who will write me and say, I tried the Frymire's wart remedy and it worked. So, did you get all of that?
Yeah, got it.
You try that. It'll amaze you. I know that. It doesn't. Well, you try this. I took one off my finger with it. It works.
Okay, I'm going to give it a try.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Take care. Bye-bye. Yeah, the 2 things that I've heard most from, that people drop me notes or meet me on the street and tell me about is the wart thing, and I'm convinced that works. And the grapes, the frozen grapes, to give them to calm them down.
Oh, it's just amazing how frozen grapes will just calm you down. Where you just go get you some seedless grapes at the grocery, bring them home and wash them thoroughly, and then just put them in a container and put them up in the freezing department of the refrigerator, and you feel a anxiety spell coming on, a jittery spell or something, take these grapes out and eat 10 or 12 of those, and just has a calming effect about it. And another strange thing about it, it helps people that have trouble falling asleep at night, but just eating a few of these. It's just amazing how this thing, little simple thing like that, will work.
That's nature's own Valium.
That's
Dick Frymire is our special guest, and we're going to take some more calls after I tell you that our number is 1-800-572-8255. Here all the way from Irvington, Kentucky to entertain us and in some cases amaze us. Stay with us and enjoy.
So nice, I got you. Wow, I feel good. I knew that I wouldn't. I feel good. I knew that I would. So good, but I got you. So good, but I got you. So good, I got you.
Kroger is about to make you an offer that's almost impossible to refuse. Next time you go Krogering, bring your prescriptions to your Kroger drugstore and you'll get the lowest prescription prices in town. Period. It's called the Kroger Drugstore Lowest Prescription Price Guarantee. And if you can find a lower prescription price within 30 days of your purchase, just let your Kroger pharmacist know and the difference will be cheerfully refunded. The Kroger Drugstore Lowest Prescription Price Guarantee. For goodness sake, now how could you refuse an offer like that?
Fun Seekers, Ludlow Porch with good news for you night people. You know, sleeping in the daytime is tough enough, but when you're an allergy or an asthma sufferer, it's even worse. Well, let me tell you how to clean up the air in your home. I want you to do what I did. Get yourself the allergy-free permanent electrostatic air filter. The dust goes, the pollen goes, the things that bother your breathing are going to be caught by the allergy-free permanent electrostatic air filter. It's worked for thousands of people, and it'll work for you. You never, ever buy another furnace filter. Call them and get rid of the dust mites, bacteria, fabric lint, mold spores, animal hair. 1-800-324-4247. You get your credit card ready, and you give them a call. 1-800-324-4247. If you're trying to sleep in the daytime, if you have asthma or allergies, this is important. 1-800-324-4247.
Coming to Atlanta for one spectacular performance and an unforgettable evening with Wayne Newton.
I want some red roses.
Don't miss this 5-star evening, 8 o'clock this Wednesday night at the Fox Theater. The King of Las Vegas, the world-famous Wayne Newton. One incredible performance you will never forget. Don't miss it. 8 o'clock this Wednesday night, live at the Fox Theater.
Daddy, don't you want so bad?
Las Vegas comes to Atlanta, an evening with Wayne Newton, featuring his incredible full-stage production. Reserve seat tickets available now at the Fox Theater box office, Ticketmaster outlets, including Turtles, Sound Warehouse, Coconuts, and Tower Records, or at charge at 404-249-6400.
Dick Frymire is our special guest. Talking home remedies on the radio. 1-800-572-8255. Cartersville, Georgia, and Catherine. Hello, Catherine. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I was just curious. I guess you never heard anybody say they never get hungry. And I'm just one of those people. I never get hungry. I just eat. And I want something that'll boost up me an appetite so I can just sit down and devour a plate of food.
All right.
Well, you've come to the right person, and we're getting the right time of year. I want you, as soon as you can get some fresh peaches, I want you to start eating about 6 of those fresh peaches, and I want you to eat the skin and all now.
Huh?
I, of course, take the pit out. I'm not going to eat that now because
you think the woman's a complete idiot, Frymire. She's not going to eat the pit.
Well, I didn't think that person would take that pint of gin and a pint of raisin one time either, but they did. And if you'll do that, you'll find out that will really whet your appetite. That helps. Well, it just does. And it also, by eating this, that helps your digestion. And you'll have your breath will be in better shape and everything. I'm not saying you got bad breath, but this is an added thing. This is what I would suggest if you would do. And another thing you can do, some grape juice. Drinking about a half a cup of grape juice before a meal. I think that helps also.
Yeah, I just want to enjoy some food. I never get hungry. I go out to eat, and I look at it, and it fills me up just looking at it on the plate.
Well, now, you start with those fresh peaches now, just as soon as you can get them, and see if this won't help. And it'll take you about 2 weeks of this, and then your appetite starts getting better.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
We wish you luck, my friend.
Okay, bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Zebulon and Mary Jane. Mary Jane, you're on with Dick Frymire.
Oh, just a
No, Mary Jane.
I'm going to talk to y'all.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Wait, is this Ludlow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hold just a minute. I got something to tell you.
Mary Jane, we can't hold.
Okay, all right. Well, come on, be quiet here. I just had a visitor come to the door. I want to speak to the Honorable Dr. Frymire.
He's here.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay. Doctor, undo that telephone cord over there. I want to...
Mary Jane?
Yeah.
I'm going to hang up on you for a while.
No, please don't hang up.
Okay,
Somebody just come in and interrupt me. I got a real important question for him.
Go right ahead there.
Okay. Well, I wanted to ask him, I have a problem with alcohol. And I wanted to ask
What, you getting too much or not enough? What's your problem, Mary?
Well, every morning, first of all, I'd like to know a little something about his credentials, Is he a doctor of philosophy?
I'm a doctor of barnyard science. I just deal in home remedies. Now, that's all I deal with.
Well, it certainly does seem to be effective. So I told the one, that asked me when I called in, and I asked him if you could help me with my problem. I got a real serious problem. The first thing, when I wake up here, when my eyes open, I want a shot of Mr. Foster.
All right.
And I have tried everything. I went to Alcoholics Anonymous. I've been to some of the best brains, around that we know in Georgia, and surrounding states. And so far, they haven't been able to help me.
All right. Now, are you a diabetic?
Well, I don't know. When I get that shot of Mr. Foster, I don't know what I am.
Well, you ought to know if you are.
I never have taken any medication for
that. All right, you're not a diabetic.
No.
Well, what you can do, in the first thing morning, you get up, instead of taking that, why don't you just take a tablespoon of honey?
Of what?
Instead of taking that shot of spirits, I want you to take a tablespoon of honey. And if you
honey.
Just pure honey.
Just pure honey.
And then wait about an hour and take another tablespoon of that honey. And you might be taking 4 or 5 tablespoons of that a day. Now it will help in a lot of cases just by doing this one simple thing.
I'm going to try it.
You try that and let me know how you come out. We've had people it's worked wonders with.
Mary Jane. I'll let you know, Dr. Frymire.
Mary Jane.
And you keep.
Mary Jane.
Yes.
You ain't going to try that, are you?
Yeah, you better believe I'm going to try.
No, you ain't.
I'm different.
No, you ain't.
I'll try anything.
By 10 o'clock tomorrow, you'll be drunker than a 3-eyed goat.
Well, either way, if I am, I ain't. I'll call back.
You take care of yourself.
Okay.
Thank you, Mary Jane.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Now, for everybody out there who's going to write me and say that poor alcoholic lady called in, and you made fun of her. Let me explain. She's neither poor nor an alcoholic. I recognized her voice, and she was pulling my leg and Frymire's leg. So don't call in and say she called you for help and you turned your back on her, because that was all in fun. I know who that was. And she does not ever drink before breakfast. Sometimes she drinks instead of breakfast. No, I'm kidding. This is a lady's a teetotaler and was pulling our leg. We're going to Rome, Georgia, and talk to Fran. Good morning, Fran.
Good morning.
How are you, my friend?
Fine, thank you.
Good.
I just got down your formula, your energy formula, with the 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and the grape juice, apple juice, and the cranberry juice.
Yes, ma'am.
How much of that do you take?
Well, you can drink a cup or 2 a day of that.
A cup or 2?
1 cupful or 2 cupfuls daily.
Daily?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now, is this good for cholesterol, high cholesterol?
No, we didn't. This is just kind of a pick-me-up drink. Now, for your cholesterol, the home remedies for cholesterol, you can take some apple cider vinegar. Some people take that, say a teaspoon, a tablespoon, a cup of water, and take that a couple of times a day. Or they might take a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, a teaspoon of honey, mix that with 8 ounces of water, and take that 3 times a day. Or you could, another thing you can do when you eat a grapefruit, eat the white mushy stuff on the inside of the peel.
Oh, yucky.
You didn't want to hear that, did you, Frank?
Same thing with the orange. And if you'll do that, that seems to have a tendency to lower cholesterol and lower your blood pressure.
But if the vinegar and water does something that the vinegar and all these juices won't do?
Well, no, I'm not saying it. But this pick-me-up drink, that's not designed for to lower your cholesterol, even though it does have the apple cider vinegar in it.
So 1 tablespoon of vinegar and 1 cup of water, and take that
Yes.
2 times a day?
Yes.
That's good for cholesterol?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a real old-time home remedy.
Okay, I was wondering about this sounds like that jogging in the jug.
Well, it probably is similar to it. I first announced it in 1979, and this other fellow has...
Well, he's recommending 2 ounces per day, which is just a 4th cup.
Well, I'm going with more.
Going with more. Well,
yes.
More is better, I guess. Thank you so much.
Well, you tried.
Take care.
Thank you.
1-800-572-8255. More conversation with Dick Frymire right after this.
Son, you're listening to the Ludlow Porch Show on the Fun Seekers Radio Network. While the information you can obtain from this show is downright informative, son. Ludlow and his wacko friend talk about everything from B to P, son. That's B to P, son. Birds to politics. B to P. Get it, son? Anyway, all of us farm preachers tune in weekday mornings to listen to Ludlow, because it sure beats watching silly cartoons or listening to rock and roll. Listening to rock and roll. But the main reason we listen to Ludlow here on the farm is that it keeps us all away from doing chores, son. I mean, I'd rather listen to Ludlow Porch than slop a hog any day. Besides, Ludlow's smarter than the average bear, son. So be sure to listen to the Ludlow Porch Show weekdays, and you can put your chores off till the weekend, son.
As a public service, the Internal Revenue Service would like to answer some of its most frequently asked questions. For instance, do all Treasury agents have to wear those dark sunglasses? Come on, just kidding. Okay. First question, do I have to file a tax return? Well, that depends on your income received, your filing status, and age. See your tax package. Number 2, do I have to report income from moonlighting jobs? Yes, you do. Number 3, how can I check the status of my refund? Call the IRS teletax number in your tax package. Well, time for a little break, huh? Okay, question number 4. Can I get the earned income credit? Yes, if you work and earn below $22,370 and a child lives with you. All right, number 5. If I pay alimony, can I deduct it? Yes, you can. For any tax question, call the IRS at 1-800-TAX-1040. The IRS answers assistance at your service. Oh, and do Treasury agents have to wear those dark sunglasses? No. But they do have to stand around with their arms folded. Yeah, thank you.
now. Ludlow Porch and Dick Frymire talking folkology and home remedies on the radio. Griffin, Georgia, and Henry. Hello, Henry.
Well, hello, Ludlow.
How you doing, pal?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
I've been listening for a long time. First time I ever called.
Good to have you.
But I've got a question for Dr. Frymire.
All right, ahead, sir.
I like to get out and walk around every morning, 2 or 3 miles sometimes, and you know what, fat folks get rubbed in some kind of strategic locations. How about some
you ain't got a car, Henry?
Well, it's better than more fun than riding sometimes.
I'm kidding you.
Gas is too expensive. Man.
Well, one of the things you can do, some vitamin E oil, put that on it and dust it with just regular cornstarch.
Okay.
That's one of the best things.
That cornstarch I was familiar with, but not the vitamin E oil.
Well, you put the vitamin E oil on first and then dust the little cornstarch on it.
Well, maybe I'll walk like I'm not plowing a mule.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Henry, take care of yourself, buddy.
You too.
Bye-bye. Mitch, you're on with Dick Frymire. How you doing, Mitch?
Fine. Ludlow, how are y'all?
Good, buddy.
I need to ask Mr. Frymire something.
Okay.
If he's got time, I'd like to question him on 3 things.
All right.
Diabetes, a extremely high content of uric acid. I mean, off the scale, and high blood pressure.
Well, now, your diabetes, you should do what your medical doctor says by all means, because you just can't hardly fool around with this diabetes now whatsoever. Now, your high blood pressure?
High blood pressure and high uric acid that causes kidney stone.
Okay. Well, you'll find out probably on high blood pressure if you would eat the white stuff on the inside of the banana peel, not the banana peel, orange peel and grapefruit peel. That seems to help lower your blood pressure and also your cholesterol. And I have a feeling that will help with your problem there with your kidney also by doing this one simple thing.
The white stuff on the inside of the peel.
Yes, sir.
Grapefruit.
Yes, sir. And orange.
Huh. Okay.
That's what I would suggest, sir.
Did you check your doctor before you do that?
No, I've tried. They've tried pills and stuff, and nothing brings it down.
Yes, sir. But this is what I would suggest. Now, do you have anything else?
No, that should do it then.
All right.
Well, wish you luck, buddy.
Thanks a lot,
sir.
Take care of yourself. Yeah, if anybody out there that's got that's suffering from diabetes, you be sure to stay in close touch with your doctor before you try anything, because that's bad stuff. You don't want to fool with that. Let's go to Brunswick, Georgia, and talk to Mary Ann. Hello, Mary Ann.
Hi, I've been listening to your show quite often. I'm calling from my office.
Well, thank you.
I want to find out from him if there's anything I could do for heel spurs. I have them in both my right foot and my left foot. I've used heel pads. I've been taking like Motrin every 3 hours, like three at a time. I've been on different types of things to ease the pain. I get out of bed in the morning and can barely walk.
My goodness, that's tough stuff.
Yes, it hurts like the dickens.
All right. All right, number one, I would take a cloth and saturate some of the castrol and put it right underneath where these spurs are. And after you do that, take something like an ace bandage or a cloth and wrap around your complete foot, and then put a sock over it and go to bed and sleep with this on. And you should start seeing a difference in this by the end of the 5th night. It'd just be very slight, and you do just continue on with it. I think you'll have to do it about 15 nights before you're going to see much difference whatsoever. In my great-grandfather's medical journals, he claimed that the castrol triggered your immune system to reabsorb this, so that's what you're wanting to do. Another thing you probably can do with those heel spurs, that's a form of arthritis. And what you do, get you a pint of white raisins or yellow raisins, put it in a quart jar, pour a pint of gin over the top of these raisins, let them sit for 3 days. I knew you was going to snigger on that one.
My husband would like that.
And then after you let them sit for 3 days, you leave it out of room temperature, the lid on very loosely, and starting with the 4th day, take a teaspoonful of raisins the first thing of the morning. And I have a feeling this will help, and this also helps if you bother with allergies. That also, I thought I'd throw that in,
Well,
too.
that's fantastic, because they've even given me injections with cortisone into the heel, and that hurt like the dickens. And I've been on muscle relaxants and just about everything. And when I get out of bed in the morning, I can barely walk. It takes me a couple hours. And after I sit for a length of time here at the office and I try to get up and walk, I can have a hard time walking again.
Yes, ma'am. And you be sure and keep using that cushion now in your heel of your shoe.
Well, I've been using those. I'm every couple of months when they start wearing out, I just wind up getting some new ones.
That's the thing. But you give this a try, and I think this will help you some.
Well, tell Ludlow that I listen to his program here from Brunswick at the office every morning, and I have enjoyed it, and I've been meaning to call, and we always wind up getting busy here, and the phone gets occupied.
Okay, where do you work?
I work for the City Housing Authority here in Brunswick, Georgia.
Okay, well,
I've been there about 7 years now.
all right. Well, we appreciate you listening very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Take care of yourself. 1-800-572-8255. Calhoun, Georgia, and Mike. Good morning, Mike.
Well, good morning.
How are you, pal?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
Doing good.
I have a problem up here, and in the wonderful world of broadcasting, it's a problem that we can live without.
Okay.
A tickle in my throat that has been here for, it's going on 3 months now. Been to the doctor, all the pharmaceutical medications they give you, now trying some, lots of vitamins. See, there it is, just came up.
Yep.
Prime example, a lot of vitamins now, and it just is not going away.
All right, sir. Here's what I do. I bother with that some myself. I take pure apple cider vinegar. I take about a teaspoonful of that and put it in my mouth. And I just slowly, I might gargle with it a while, and then I just slowly swallow it. Now, my dentist says I shouldn't do that because that's full strength. You might want to just dilute it, say half apple cider vinegar, half water, teaspoon of each, and gargle with it and just slowly swallow it. And you'll find that this will have a relaxing effect on your throat. And I think this will help your condition. It sure has mine. I know that, and many other people that do a lot of talking.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Mike,
thank you for calling.
Take care of yourself. I'll talk to you, buddy.
Thank you, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
1-800-572-8255. Did you know that my friends at Jasper Jeep, the dealership itself, has the highest customer satisfaction index rating in the United States? And, of course, that means the world. That means the customers. Folks that they're trying to satisfy are satisfied. And you know what that's done? I think that one simple thing, that one commitment has made Jasper Jeep the largest dealership this side of California. They have earned this. And they've earned it by not playing any games, not having any gimmicks, no phony sales, no phony contests, no lying. They look the buyer straight in the eye and tell you the truth every time. It's the only way to buy a new car. These are good people, and their policy of no game playing has made them what they are today. That's the largest Jeep dealership this side of California. Always going to have what you want. I mean, the color, the equipment, size engine, all that. And their friendly, knowledgeable staff answer any questions. Tell you right, tell you straight. No game playing, no bull feathers ever. Excellence. That's what they require from their folks. And you are going to be the beneficiary when you go in there. It's a good place. A lot of antiques. It doesn't look much like a car dealership. And they don't act much like a car dealership. Jasper Jeep, going to save you a bunch of money. That'll get you in. But to keep you coming back year after year, they need commitment to their customers and to know that you're the folks that make it